If you're a contractor and you're not investing in local SEO, you're leaving your most reliable lead source on the table. Not paid ads, not door knocking, not referrals, local SEO. 46% of all Google searches have local intent. For home services, that number is even higher because the searches are almost always urgent. A homeowner's heat goes out at 8 p.m. A pipe bursts on a Sunday morning. Nobody stops to browse. They search, they see 3 names, and they call the first one that looks credible. That is local SEO doing its job. But here is where 2026 changes the entire conversation. The rules have shifted underneath most contractors without them noticing. 51% of local searchers never leave Google at all. The AI is now summarizing your reputation, filtering which businesses get shown, and in some cases, making contact on the homeowner's behalf. Your Google business profile is now feeding data to ChatGPT, Gemini, and Apple Maps simultaneously. Most contractors are still optimizing for 2019. This video is different. It is built on most current local search ranking factors research available. 15 months of data from our own client database of across 97 contractors and real examples from the companies dominating local search in the biggest markets right now. By the end, you'll know exactly where you stand and exactly what to fix first. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our weekly contractor marketing content. Let me show you what ignoring local SEO actually costs a contractor. 28% of local searches lead directly to a purchase. 78% of people who search locally take action within 24 hours. The conversion window does not exist in any other marketing channel. A TV might build awareness over months. A direct mail piece sits on a counter for a week. Local SEO captures the homeowner at the exact moment they are ready to spend money and puts your phone number in front of them. Now put a real number on it. If your average job is $15,000 and the top 3 map pack positions capture roughly 80% of clicks on a local search, a contractor sitting at position 5 is watching somewhere between $60,000 and $80,000 in the monthly revenue flow to competitors on any given search term. Not because their work is worse, because their profile is. This is what weak local SEO costs. Not impressions, not rankings, revenue. And the gap compounds. The contractor ranking first is getting more calls, closing more jobs, generating more reviews, and strengthening their profile every single day. While you are paying for ads to offset the leads, local SEO should be delivering for free. They are building an asset that grows stronger on its own. Local SEO is a one channel with genuinely compounding ROI. Paid ads stop the moment you stop paying. A well-optimized local presence earns stronger rankings over time. The contractors who understand that and invest accordingly build a lead engine that competitors cannot easily replicate. That is why this channel deserves your full attention. Google Maps is still where the majority of calls come from. That has not changed. What has changed is everything around it. In 2026, local visibility is no longer decided in one place. It is decided across multiple surfaces at the same time. Google Maps, AI overviews, ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, Yelp, neighborhood groups, brand name searches. If you're only optimizing for maps, you are leaving a significant portion of your market uncovered. Let me walk you through the 3 biggest shifts. Shift 1, AI overviews now appear in 40% of local business queries. This is not a phone note. This is 4 out of 10 searches where an AI generated summary appears above the traditional results before the homeowner ever sees the map pack. 1 year ago, that number was 7% to 8%. It has grown 5 times over in 12 months, and it is still expanding. For research phase queries, how much does a roof replacement cost? What to look for when hiring an AC company or home improvement company? Home improvement is one of the highest frequency categories. And since AI overviews launched, total search impressions are up 49%, but click-throughs are down nearly 30%. Homeowners are getting answers without clicking through to anyone's website. If you're not structured to appear in AI overviews during the research phase, you're losing consideration before the homeowner ever opens maps. Shift 2. Your brand name plus reviews is now one of the most important local search terms you own. Every contractor running any kind of advertising needs to understand this. The most common search a homeowner makes after seeing your ad, your truck, or hearing your name is your company name plus the word reviews. It is directly connected to every dollar you spend on marketing. Every ad you run is sending people to that search. What used to happen? A Google business profile appeared. Your star rating was visible, and a strong rating converted the click into a call. What happens now? AI overviews are summarizing local brand reputations directly in the search results. It started with national brands. Companies with thousands of reviews were the first to get their reputation synthesized by AI. Now it is happening to local contractors with 100 or 150 reviews. Google reads your reviews, synthesizes their sentiment, and presents a summary to the homeowner before they ever tap your profile. If your reviews are overwhelmingly positive, that summary works in your favor. If you have a cluster of negatives, the AI may characterize your reputation as mixed. That one word can kill the call before it ever happens. But here's what most contractors are missing. Google is not the only platform feeding these summaries. AI systems pull review data from across the web. Yelp, Facebook, Bing listings, and third-party directories all factor into how your reputation gets synthesized and presented. And that creates a specific problem for contractors. Yelp is notoriously difficult. The review filter aggressively suppresses reviews from customers who are not active Yelp users, which means legitimate 5-star reviews from your best clients can disappear while the one negative review from 2 years ago stays visible. Most contractors have a worse Yelp rating than their Google rating through no fault of their own. When the AI system reads your Yelp profile alongside your Google reviews and synthesizes the combined sentiment, that gap can hurt you. Facebook reviews matter too. Homeowners who found you through a neighborhood group or a Facebook ad often leave a feedback there. If those reviews are not being managed, that platform is feeding unmonitored data into the same AI systems, summarizing your reputation. And Google's not in the only search engine in this equation. Yelp is a primary data partner for Apple Maps. Apple Maps is what iPhone users see by default when they search for local services. Bing powers ChatGPT's local search results, so a contractor with weak Yelp reviews is not just losing ground on Yelp. They are potentially showing up with a damaged reputation in Apple Maps and in ChatGPT recommendations simultaneously. This is why reputation management in 2026 is not a Google-only conversation. Your reviews across every platform are being read, synthesized, and summarized by AI systems your potential customers are using right now. You need to know what each of those platforms says about your business before an AI does. Shift 3. Google's 2026 spam crackdown is hitting contractors hard, and it happened fast. On March 27, 2026, Google's March core update rolled out, and it triggered the most aggressive GBP spam enforcement in the platform's history. The sweep rolled out in just 2 days, the fastest in Google's history. Suspensions spiked immediately, and they are still happening. Contractors are one of the hardest hit industries, alongside locksmiths and movers. Google's enforcement specifically targets business names with unnatural keywords stuffed into them to gain rankings. But here's the part that affects legitimate contractors too. Collateral suspensions are catching honest operators alongside spammers. Google's AI-powered spam detector can now identify keyword-stuffed business names and manipulated profiles faster than ever. It does not always stop to ask questions first. A suspension means you disappear from the map pack immediately. No warning, no grace period. Your phone stops ringing from local search overnight. Recovery requires building a new legitimate profile from scratch and rebuilding all your signals patiently. There are no quick fixes. There's also a new classification at play. Google now treats home service searches with the same scrutiny that applies to medical and legal searches, what Google calls YMYL, your money or your life. The bar for appearance in local results just got higher. So what do you do right now? Check your GBP business name. It should match your real-world business name exactly. Nothing added. No city names, no keywords, no descriptors that are not part of your actual registered name. If you are using an agency, audit your profile today. If they are cutting corners on GBP compliance, the suspension lands on your business, not theirs. If you've already been suspended, file an appeal through Google Business Profile support with documentation, license numbers, proof of address, photos of your operation. Legitimate businesses that appeal properly have a reasonable path to reinstatement, but the process takes time. The legitimate version, how keywords in your business name actually work. Now, I want to address something because there's a legitimate and powerful strategy here that most contractors never use correctly. Including a primary keyword in your business name is one of the strongest ranking advantages in local SEO. Semrush data shows that 30% of businesses rank in top 3 local positions include a target keyword in their Google Business Profile business name. That is not a coincidence. The difference between a ranking advantage and a suspension comes down to one question. Is the keyword part of your actual registered business name or not? If your legal business name or your registered DBA is Smith LLC, that keyword belongs in your GBP and Google has no issue with it. If your legal name is Smith LLC and you edit into your GBP to say Smith AC Repair, Best HVAC in Miami, that is a keyword stuffing and that is what gets suspended. That is why DBA registrations matter strategically. If you want to rank for a specific keyword in your market, registering a DBA that includes that keyword is a legitimate path. Coral Springs Roofing Pros as a registered DBA is a business name. The same words added to your existing GBP name without registration is spam. The name and your GBP must match your real-world signage, invoices, and registration documents exactly. Google now triggers video verification on profiles more frequently. If your physical signage does not match your GBP name, your profile can be locked with no ability to edit until the issue is resolved. The contractors who understand this distinction have a meaningful competitive advantage. The right move is a clean, keyword-rich business name that is legally yours. I want to give credit where credit is due. Darren Shaw is the founder and CEO of Whitespark and one of the most respected voices in local SEO. I had him on my podcast. If you have not listened to the episode, go find it. He knows the space as well as anyone in the industry. His team publishes a local search ranking factors report every year, surveyed from 47 of the world's top local SEO experts. According to 2026 edition, GBP signals carried 32% of map pack ranking weight. 8 out of 10 top individual local map pack rankings factors come directly from your GBP. This is your single highest leverage asset in all of your local marketing. Here are the 10 factors that actually move the rankings. GBP signals 32%, review signals 16% to 20%, on-page signals 15 to 19%, behavioral signals 9%, citation signals 8%, link signals 8%, personalization 5%, social signals 3%. Factor 1. Primary categories, the single most important individual ranking signal in all of local SEO. Not one of the most important, the most important. Here's a specific category available. Not home services, not contractor, roofing contractor, HVAC contractor, plumber. This one field tells exactly Google what searches you show up for. If it is wrong or too broad, every other optimization you do is a fighting uphill. Factor 2. Review recency. This is finding that stops most contractors cold. Review recency jumped from 20th most important factor in 2023 to the number 1 most important individual factor in 2026. A business with 500 old reviews now ranks worse than a competitor with 50 reviews if 10 of those came in the last 30 days. Reviews older than 180 days retain only 10 to 20% of the original ranking weight. This is not a volume game anymore. It is a velocity game. The next section is entirely dedicated to building the system that keeps velocity consistent. Factor 3. Complete business information. Profiles with 100% completion rates significantly outperform partially completed profiles. Every field matters. Business descriptions, hours, service area attributes, license, insured, free estimates, anything Google gives you to fill it out. Empty fields are suppressed rankings. Factor 4. Service listings with keywords. Keywords and GBP services jump 75 positions in importance in the 2026 ranking factors report. Each service entry should include a short description with a natural keyword language, a use case, a service area mention, and a trust signal. Use Google's predefined services whenever available. That factor jumped from position 81 to position 22 in 1 year. Most contractors have never touched it. Factor 5. Business hours and being open at the time of the search. Being open at the time someone performs a search is now the 5th most important local pack ranking factor. Google actively deprioritizes businesses that are closed within the homeowner searching. If your hours are wrong in your GBP, or if nobody answers during peak search times, you're losing rankings and calls at the same time. Check your hours right now. We're halfway through the first 10 factors. The first 5 are what most SEO articles cover. The next 5 are what actually separate the contractor's ranking position number 1 from the one stuck at position 4 and 5. This is a part most of your competitors have never heard. Keep watching. Factor 6. Photos. Real job photos. Branded vehicles. Uniformed technicians. Before and after images. Equipment on site. Google favors active profiles with fresh, relevant visual content. Stock photos are not the same, and Google knows the difference. Photos submitted by customers also carry weight as behavioral and engagement signals. Every completed job is a photo opportunity. Factor 7. Weekly posts and Q&A activity. Active profiles outperform inactive ones consistently. The client saw a 21% increase in local search impressions after 3 months of consistent weekly GBP posts and Q&A updates. Posts about completed jobs, seasonal services, promotions, and community involvement. Answer every question in the Q&A section. Factor 8. Review response rate. Responding to every review, positive and negative, is both a ranking signal and a conversion signal. The homeowner reading your responses is deciding whether to call you. A professional response to a negative review shows accountability. Ignoring it confirms the complaint. Reply within 24 hours, every time. Factor 9. Behavioral and engagement signals. Clicks, calls made from the listing, direction requests, website visits from the profile. These signals tell Google that real people are finding your listing useful and taking an action. The more engagement your profile generates, the more Google promotes it. A fully built out, photo-rich, review active profile generates more engagement, which improves rankings, which generates more engagement. It compounds in one direction. Factor 10. Linking your GBP to a city-specific landing page. Do not link your GBP to your generic homepage. Link it to a dedicated city-specific landing page that mirrors the location and services in your profile. Most contractors have never done this, and it is one of the most highest impact technical moves in local SEO. Here's why it matters. When Google reads your GBP and then crawls the page you link it to, it is looking for confirmation. Does this page match what the profile says about location location and services. A homepage about your company broadly does not confirm anything specific. A page titled Roofing Contractor in Coral Springs with localized copy, service descriptions, customer photos from that area, and schema markup tells Google exactly what you do and exactly where you do it. An HVAC contractor who built individual city pages for each market they served with localized copy and proper schema markup gained top 3 map positions every one of those cities. The page is not optional. It is what closes a loop between your profile and your rankings. Review recency is a #1 ranking factor in local SEO right now. This section is about how to build the system that keeps the velocity consistent, because knowing the why is not the same as having the system. Most contractors do not have one. They get a burst of reviews after a big push and then it stops. That is a campaign. Campaigns do not compound. You need a system. Our data across 97 clients over 15 months shows that review volume is one of the strongest predictors of LSA performance. Contractors in the top tier of review volume consistently outperformed low review competitors even when ad budgets were comparable. The reviews were the differentiator, not the spend. Here's a system. The ask goes into your job completion process, not after it. The moment a job is closed out, an automated SMS goes to the homeowner with a direct link to your Google review page. No hunting for Google. No extra steps. One tap, 24 hours later. If no review was left, a follow-up message goes out. 2 touches, automated. Every closed job. When you ask for specifics, city, neighborhood, service performed, and outcome. Great Roofer is a weak review. Replace our roof in Coral Springs after the storm. Done. In 1 day. 0 mess left behind is a strong review. It contains location, service, and context that feeds Google's ranking algorithm and the AI systems, now summarizing your reputation. Here's your threshold you need to protect. 68% of consumers only use businesses rated 4 stars or higher. One unaddressed cluster of negative reviews can drop you below that line and trigger a mixed reviews AI review summary on your brand name search. The system is not just about getting reviews, it is about maintaining the rating that keeps you in the running. Respond to every review, same day if possible. Your response to a negative review is read by every homeowner who looks at your profile afterward. A measured professional response to a complaint does more for your conversion rate than the complaint does against it. Reviews close the loop between visibility and trust. A contractor with a strong review velocity ranks better, converts more clicks into calls, and builds a reputation that every AI system in the market will summarize favorably. Build the system and let it run. Here's a quiet problem that is costing contractors rankings they have already earned. A phone number that changed 2 years ago is still sitting on 40 directory listings. A suit number that appears on your GBP is missing from your Yelp profile. Your company name is listed 3 different ways across different platforms. None of these feel like an emergency, but Google is cross-referencing every one of them, and the damage shows up as a slow, invisible ranking decline with no obvious cause. Here's a real scenario. A plumbing company rebranded, changing their name from Metro Plumbing Services to Metro Home Solutions to expand into HVAC. They updated their GBP and their website, but 60 directory listings still showed the old name. Their rankings dropped within 90 days. Not dramatically, gradually. Fewer impressions, fewer calls, no obvious reasons. When we audited their citations, the consistency was everywhere. A cleanup of the directory listings and consistent name across every platform brought the rankings back within 45 days. Name, address, and phone number need to be identical everywhere your business appears. GBP, your website, Yelp, Angie's, Home Advisor, Facebook, BBB, every directory, no variations. No abbreviations on some platforms and not others. Citation signals carry 8% of local PAC ranking weight. For AI search visibility specifically, that number jumps to 13% of your citation profile. Your citation profile is not just a Google ranking factor. It is a verification layer every AI system uses to confirm your business is real, consistent, and trustworthy before recommending you to a homeowner. Bad citations are bad data feeding every AI platform a homeowner might use to find you. Audit your directory listings at minimum twice a year. Tools like BrightLocal or Moz Local scan hundreds of directories and surface inconsistencies automatically. This is a one-time cleanup that pays dividends for years. If you have rebranded or changed your phone number in the last few years, make this a priority this week. That confusion is costing you positions you have already worked for to earn. Alright, most contractors think about branding as a logo and a truck wrap. That is the surface layer. In 2026, branding connects to local SEO in ways that are concrete, measurable, and most contractors are not using. Brand name consistency across every platform. Your company name needs to be identical everywhere it appears, not similar, identical. GBP, website, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, invoices, truck lettering. If your GBP says Smith Roofing LLC and your Facebook says Smith Roofing Restoration and your Instagram says Smith Roofing, Google sees 3 different entities. Pick one exact name. Use it everywhere without variation. That is a NAP single, a trust single, and a ranking factor all at once. Social media posts are now a local SEO signal. This is a 2026 development that most contractors have not caught up to. Google is now actively indexing Instagram and Facebook content. Posts, captions, location, tags, and business page activity are being crawled and incorporated into Google's understanding of your business. A roofing company that posts consistently on Instagram with location tagged job photos, city-specific captions, and service descriptions is feeding Google real-time signals about where they work and what they do. This means your social media is no longer separate from your SEO strategy. A post caption: "Just finished this roof replacement in Plantation, Florida, standing seam metal, done in 2 days," with your company name and a location tag is a local relevance signal that Google can read and index. It connects your brand to a specific geography and a specific service in Google's eyes. Facebook's business pages activity carries similar weight. Reviews, posts, check-ins, and engagement on your Facebook page contribute to the overall signal picture Google assembles about your business. What this means practically: post on Instagram and Facebook consistently. Tag your location on every post. Write captions that include the city, the service, and the outcome. Use your real business name in your bio and profile exactly as it appears on your GBP. Link your website in both profiles. This is one of the lowest effort adjustments in the entire playbook. You are likely already taking job photos. Posting them with the right context turns a piece of content into a local SEO signal. That is free optimization you are leaving on the table if your social posts have no location context. Traditional brand touchpoints still feed the system. Truck wraps, yard signs, radio, and community sponsorships drive brand recognition in the physical world. That recognition shows up as branded search volume when homeowners search your name directly. Brand searchers signal to Google that you are a recognized entity in your market. That signal contributes to local authority over time. The contractors who are visible offline and online simultaneously build a compounding advantage that is very hard for a purely digital competitor to replicate. This is a section most contractors never think about until they start wondering why they cannot break into certain parts of their market. Here's the reality of how local search works geographically. Google Maps rankings are heavily influenced by proximity to the searcher. A contractor to one location in Scottsdale is not going to rank prominently for searches happening in Tempe, Chandler, or Mesa. The map pack shows businesses closest to where the search originates. One GBP profile means one geographic center point. And in a major metro, that one center point only covers so much ground. Now, let me show you what a sophisticated operator looks like. A1 Garage Door Service has 14 locations in the Phoenix metro area. Each location has its own Google business profile. Each profile accumulates its own reviews independently. Each one ranks in the map pack for the specific zone around that location. When a homeowner in Peoria searches for garage door repair, A1 shows up. When a homeowner in Chandler searches, a different A1 location shows up. When a homeowner in Scottsdale searches, another A1 location shows up. Across the entire Phoenix metro, A1 has map pack presence in effectively every sub-market simultaneously. A single location competitor is not competing with A1 in most of these searches. They are invisible before the homeowner ever makes a decision. That is not unique to garage doors. The same strategy is being executed by PE-backed HVAC companies, multi-location roofing contractors, and national plumbing franchises in every major market in the country. They are not just outspending you on ads. They are structurally dominating local search by having a physical presence and therefore a GBP profile in every corner of the market. So what can an independent contractor do about this? First, understand the rules. Google requires that every GBP location be a legitimate physical location. You cannot create virtual locations or use a PO box address. Google has aggressively suspended fake location listings and the risk is not worth it. The legitimate path is creating a real secondary locations, a second office, a storage facility with a staff presence, a service center in another part of the metro. Each legitimate location qualifies for its own GBP profile, its own review accumulation, and its own map pack ranking zone. Here's how to think about your path forward in 3 tiers. This week, audit your current GBP service area settings and make sure you're claiming the full geographic range you actually serve. Maximize your radius. Make sure every city you work in is listed. This does not give you the ranking power of physical location in each zone, but it signals to Google in the full scope of your coverage and strengthens your presence at the edges of your market. This month, build city-specific landing pages for every significant market you serve within your existing coverage area. Link each one to your GBP. Post job photos tagged to those specific cities. Build review velocity with location-specific language in the ask. This strengthens your single profile presence across a wider footprint without requiring a new physical location. This year, if your revenue operation is supported, evaluate opening a legitimate secondary location in the highest value part of your metro that you currently cannot rank in. Run the math on what a second map pack presence in that zone alone is worth in annual revenue. For most contractors doing over 3 million, the numbers make the case on their own. If you watch this entire playbook and you want to know exactly where your local SEO stands right now, that is the first thing we'll look at on a strategy call. Your GBP, your review velocity, your citation consistency, your social media indexing, your local content structure, your geographic coverage. We give you a straight assessment of where you stand, what needs to happen to move up in your market. You walk away knowing your exact gaps and what to fix first to start generating more calls from local search. No pitch, no generic recommendations. Your actual setup looked at honestly. You just spend the last 20 minutes learning what it takes to compete in local search in 2026. The next step is finding exactly where your business stands right now. Link is in the description. Book the call today. If this playbook gives you something actionable, hit the like button. It helps this reach more contractors who need to hear it. Drop a comment below. Tell me which of these 10 GBP factors you have never touched, or tell me what market you're in, and I'll tell you how competitive your local search landscape looks. I read every comment and will answer. I'll see you in the next one.